The athletic skills displayed today by the participants will serve them for only a few years. The sportsmanship displayed today will provide a lesson for a lifetime for all in attendance. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Port Huron Northern Huskies. Number 3, Lily Wallen. Number 4, Jenny Jacobowski. Number 5, Erica Lathan. Number 6, Hillary Hott. Number 7, Carrie Reed. Number 8, Shannon Martin. Number 9, Brenda O'Malley. Number 11, Michelle Brown. Number 12, Melissa Russell. Number 14, Kim Smith. Number 15, Lori Westbrook. And number 16, Keely Baraboo. Port Huron Northern is coached by Ron Davies. And now for the host, Port Huron High Big Red. Number 1, Althea White. Number 2, Erica Sofa. Number 7, Laura Rinn. Number 8, Becca Mangai. Number 10, Jenny Prevost. Number 13, Michelle Charles. Number 14, Charlie Lloyd. And number 16, Tammy McNair. And playing in their last regular season volleyball game at Port Huron High School, the seniors. Number 3, Ann Rowley. Number 5, Jeannie McHugh. Number 6, Jody Cameron. Number 9, Sarah Schultz. Number 11, Lisa Larzalier. Number 12, Kim Valdez. And number 15, Tracy Miller. Port Huron High is coached by Becky Falk. At this time, we ask that you stand and gentlemen remove your caps and respectfully pay honor to America as we sing our national anthem.
Welcome to CPH Channel 6. I'm Larry Manns along with Tom Rodenbaugh to bring you this volleyball match between the Huskies of Port Huron Northern and the Port Huron High Big Reds. Ron Davies Huskies are 26-14 overall and now in second place in the MAC with a 10-3 record, while Becky Falk's Big Reds are 11-10 overall and have a MAC record of 7-6. Tom, when these two teams meet, we can usually throw the statistics out the window and emotions are pretty high. What's your prospect of this ball game tonight?
Well, Port Huron's gained a little bit more confidence throughout the course of the year. The last time the two teams played, Northern handled Port Huron High very easily, and I think basically, I think the Port Huron girls are probably a little bit embarrassed by that, and they want to redeem themselves a little bit tonight. Northern's coming off a real good tournament. I believe they placed second place to a Marysville volleyball team that's doing outstanding this year. So, again, Northern's playing extremely well this year, and I think Port Huron High wants to prove something here tonight.
There's no question, that there has been improvement, and it seems that this is the last regular scheduled match of the year, and the district finals coming up, or the district playoffs really coming up. Both teams want to be ready for that, and but they're not looking past this game. You
Not
can
at all.
rest assured for that.
Not at all, and I'm sure that there's a good chance that both of these teams will probably meet again in the second round of the district tournament that's coming up this Saturday.
And that'll be right here at Port Huron High School, so if we get on the air in time, I'm sure there'll be publicity in terms of that match, but usually exciting games in the district. Port Huron High serving first, and
That'll be Ann Rowley.
Ann Rowley. That first serve was sort of critical to get in, and she was in, and a couple of good plays, and the service side out to Port Huron Northern.
Martin will serve for the Huskies. The problem that Port Huron High had in their last meeting was passing the ball, and I'm sure they've worked extremely hard on that aspect.
Well, that seemed to be the problem, and yet floor coverage too is but I think that goes both in the same vein, not only floor coverage but passing the ball, as you pointed out.
Yeah, there's another case where a bad pass and weren't able to set the ball. Port Huron High doesn't want to let Northern run out to a big lead here. They did that in their first meeting, and again, I'm sure they have in the back of their minds what happened the first time these two teams met. It's a nice tip by Schultz. A nice attack by
Nice
Brown.
attack called inside, just hit the line and hit the baseline, and the Huskies leading this match 2-0. Good strong serve by Martin. Huskies score another point, score 3-0. Or 4-0. Excuse me, I forgot to mark the point up. Again, that quick lead, I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Falk take a timeout again.
There's a little miscommunication there. Martin made a nice try for a dive to recover. We'll have a side out here with Jody Cameron serving for the Big Reds.
The Big Reds trail by 4. First game of this match.
There's a nice short set to Carrie Reed.
She picked the spot beautifully. Cameron moved to the inside, thinking it might go down the middle, and she picked the right side of the court and found the opening for side out.
Hillary Hoxie will be serving now for the Huskies.
Into the net and the side out. And we have a first substitution with Main Guy and Valdez in the lineup for the Big Reds.
Main guy will come in for Laura Rinn. Valdez will come in for Erica Sofa. Both of these teams have some nice ninth graders on them. I think Port Huron Northern has 2 and Port Huron High has 1.
Yeah, and we have a substitution also, number 4, entering the lineup, Jenny Jabukowski for the Huskies. Good idea
nice
to get the kids
serve.
into the ball game early if they can. Nice play by Cameron. And again,
It was a nice play. Just unfortunately, she was able to set Carrie Reed up. And I'll tell you, you don't want to set Carrie Reed up. She is a dominant player at the net. Looks like Baraboo will come in for Carrie Reed to play the back row. Again, these coaches use substitutions very well. They find players that have a role, and again, it's good team unity.
well, accepting that role and doing the job is one thing that makes an outstanding team, and the girls accept that. Good play by Cameron in the back. Leslie, nice set over.
A little off.
Good attempt by Schultz. That was one of those knuckleballs, so to speak.
You want to be aggressive, and that's for sure.
Yep. Huskies lead by 5.
Again, the Big Reds are having some problems here in the early going as far as passing the ball.
That main guy had the right idea. Had a good cross court. The corner was open. Had it just a little bit up the sideline. Otherwise, the back corner would have been open. The timeout we talked about earlier with Coach Falk trying to settle the girls down a little bit. You made the point earlier that during the last match, this is what happened, and it seems to be the case, as we talked about in the introduction, that the emotions are quite high.
Yeah, you can hear the girls, the Port Huron High girls are right down in front of us here, and what they're saying is that they've got to calm down. Don't get excited, relax. You know, when you get a little bit tense, you don't have control of your body as much, and you know it's a good sign that they know that they're a little tight. Everybody relaxes and just get a couple points and get back in the ball game.
As we mentioned earlier in our earlier telecast, the fact that emotion plays a big part in this, as does momentum. So two things with that: try to settle them down, also to stop the momentum of the Huskies.
I don't know if the camera can actually see it here, but there really is quite a height differential between these two teams. You know, you look at 14 for Kim Smith for Northern. She's only a 9th grader. She's got to be about 6 foot or maybe taller.
Well, she has for a volleyball player, has that good height, and she's going to be an outstanding player too as a 9th grader. In fact, we're fortunate to have several 9th graders in both squads who are outstanding at this point.
Michelle Brown for the Huskies also got to be at least close to 6 foot. Nice tall girl. There's a nice set by Valdez. Nice attack by Rosalier. That's what they have to do. They have to get the ball to the setter. You know, it's a combination of things. If you get a good pass to the setter will get a good set, and then you can have a good attack like they had there.
And that's key. And again, that's part of that confidence level. We have a side out with Schultz serving for the Big Reds.
Tracy Miller comes in and will play the front row for the Big Reds. There's a nice play by O'Malley, I guess it is. Nice tip.
A little deception going on here.
We have 3 people come in for the Huskies. We're going to have Carrie Reed come in, Jakubowski come in, and Lapish come in.
Well, again, it's the thing that the coaches are trying to do is get them into the ball game, get them into the flow of the game early if they can, and fortunately with a 7-0 lead, they can do that and give them all piece of the action that first game. You must win 2 out of 3 to win the match. A little tentative, it seemed, main guy on that attempt to return the ball. You indicated earlier you must be aggressive, and that's what they have to be.
I was going to say that one could come back to haunt you there.
Fortunately, she got away with it with a side out.
And Lisa Larzaliro served for the Big Reds.
Larzaliro's been an excellent player for the Big Reds all year. She's a senior, and this will be her last league match. Of course, she'll be ready for the district playoffs that begin Saturday.
Jody Cameron on a pseudo attack.
Good idea by the freshman Smith. Outside. Well, apparently there was a net violation, a side out. So that play really didn't get the Big Reds on the board, which I thought they would.
There's a nice set. Mengai with an attack. That'll be a double hit outside.
And a side out. A timeout appears, at least at this point, that Coach Fall took to settle them down a little bit. Since that time, the Huskies have scored only 1 point. Big Reds got to get on the board. Thought they were on the last service attempt, but there was a violation at the net.
Laura Wren comes in for Mengai, and it looks like Sofa will come in for Valdez for the Big Reds. Laura Wren, I was going to say I don't want to jinx her here, has been a very consistent server all year long. That's Tracy Miller in the net. Nice play by Wallen.
And a side out. We've had a couple of those plays that early where a point was theirs, had to turn around and side out.
I was looking for the short set.
Nice,
another nice attack by Wallen.
She's a freshman too, and she has excellent elevation.
Can you imagine some of these freshmen that are playing here tonight playing an 8th grade team last year? It's just incredible.
Well, that program is paying off, Tom, for us. The coaches at that level doing a good job, and of course the thing that's happening there is the fact that the high school coaches work very closely with them, and so there is a payoff, and we can see that tonight. Another timeout. The Huskies lead by 10, and I'm sure Coach Falk wants to get on the board and get this thing turned around.
Well,
They're capable of doing that, and
again, a timeout like this can serve as a twofold reason. One, you're never out of it until the last point, obviously. But if in the event you're having a losing cause here, you want to at least stop the momentum from carrying over into the next game. As you said earlier, it's a best 2 out of 3, and you don't want to see this thing snowball into a total whitewash for both this game and the next.
That's a good point. Officials for today's game, Sue Truppett and Chris Zielinski, 2 veteran officials.
They're a couple of the finest that we have here in the Blue Water area. They really do a nice job. Very knowledgeable.
And they're on top of the game all the time. They're attentive to their role.
There's a nice set with an attack. Nice play by Reed. Nice save. There's a net violation for coming under the net. You can have your foot come across that line and touch the other side, but it's when your whole foot comes across and breaks that plane that there's a violation.
And that's what happened at that time. The other point that we should make, too, is that if the ball does hit any obstruction on your side to court, and you can still play that, as did Carey. Save that ceiling shot.
It's a side out. Carey Reed again on the cross-court attack.
Just finding that sideline just inside.
We're going to have Brown come in for Lapish, and it's hard to read the numbers here. It looks like Martin's coming in for Wallen.
Led this first game off serving and had a good run.
She had 4 service points in the last game, so she's a very good server.
Nice save by Cameron. Yeah. Excellent attempt by Cameron. A good effort, and you can see the emotion that's into these games, Tom. That ball was a good distance from her, and she made an excellent play.
Sarah Schultz on cross-court attack for side out. Big Reds have got to turn some of these side outs into points. They can't afford to trade side outs with Northern. They've got to get a few points on their serves here.
Well, both teams receive the ball very well and also serve very well. So it's just a matter of getting those conversions in, as you'd mentioned.
Nice up by Lisa Largelaire. Comes back with an attack. Brown just
outside.
Oh, they're finally on the board here.
I'd like to break it. You never know what turns the momentum around. That first point sometimes is very critical. Nice to get that early in the game, though, isn't it, Tom?
Well, yeah, you don't want to let a team get out to a 11-0 run on you.
Ugh. And into the net. A little concentration on the serve there. But Jody made an excellent play on a couple of points earlier.
Hillary Hoxie serving for the Huskies. It's another point for the Huskies.
A place like this right now, the big Reds really have to play a little defense to get the ball back rather than try to.
It's a double hit.
Make that big play.
Net her head.
Hoxie serving again. She's got that downward spin on the ball. Excellent serve. Just cleared the net. Very tough serve to receive. Good effort by number 9, Sarah Schultz.
Erica Sofa on an attack. Carey Reed on attack. Blocked by Schultz. Tipped by Laura Wren. That just goes to show some of the athleticism of Schultz. There's another attack by Carey Reed. That girl can put the ball on the floor. That'll be game.
Play. The Huskies successful in this first match, 15-1. And what happened briefly is they get out to that quick start, and hopefully we'll see. I'm sure the coach is thinking that a different ball game the second match, and we'll be right back. Larry Mans back again with Tom Rodenbrough, bringing the second game of this volleyball match between the Huskies of Port Huron Northern, the Big Reds of Port Huron High, and I'm sure there are a few words exchanged. Coach Falk trying to encourage the girls not to be down after that first game, Tom.
Yeah, you know, what they've got to do is they've just got to play relaxed and play their positions, and you know, they are not 14 points worse than Port Huron Northern. You know, and that's not to say that Port Huron Northern is not a very good volleyball team, but there's no reason that they're 14 points behind in a game like this. They've just got to relax and play the game. Forget the first game. Let's start fresh in the second game.
Well, let's see what it brings, and certainly I know Coach Falk is concerned about that. We start the second game with Hillary Hoxie serving for the Huskies.
Yeah, there's an attack by Sarah Schultz. Brown with an attack coming back. Laura Rinn setting here. Brown again on attack. So be Schultz on attack. Well, that's a good way to start.
Good way to start. Schultz found the corner, and it's sort of a tough attack against that line of Reed and Brown when they rotate.
Being amongst the redwoods here, right?
I guess that's the case.
Michelle Charles serving for the Big Reds.
We got to get that point on the board. I'm sure they'd like to see that up
Jakubowski,
there right at
nice
the zero.
set.
Scorekeeper will have that up there in a minute. Again, a good move by Reed. The side out. And the have a substitution. Number 8 back in the lineup, Shannon Martin. Coach Davey going back to that serving position, it looks like, along with number 15, Laurie Westbrook.
Westbrook's in for Baraboo, yep.
And Laurie Westbrook's a freshman. You want to check, I'm sure, the score. Ball was on the line on the serve, so we have a point.
Martin had at least, who's serving now for the Husky, had at least 5 service points in the last game. So again, she's one of their better servers.
Good elevation by Reed, and that was almost impossible shot to stop.
Again, it goes back to what we talked about a little bit earlier. You don't want to set up the other team, especially if it's Carrie Reed.
No, that's correct. You get that ball in the back if you really don't have a good attack.
Nice play by Michelle Charles to pull that ball out.
Good play by the Big Red. Nice try by Schultz. I don't want to say anything about the scorekeeper, but it should be 3-1 in my recollection. I might be wrong.
I think they might have had a side out, though, on their last Big Reds in their first service. Cameron's going to come in for Valdez and play the front row with Lisa Largelier serving. The Huskies are up 3-0, game 2.
Must have been a questionable call that I saw then, Tom, so. Scorekeeper's never wrong, right?
Nice play by Westbrook.
Good play by, again, the freshman coming into that ball game and playing well.
Russell will come into the lineup for Jakubowski. I'm sure, I would imagine that the Big Reds, if they had 1 point, would want to see it up on the board with the way things have been going here
That's
tonight.
why I said that.
Yeah.
So, you're probably right. I probably missed that, but I did not see the signal, or I thought I saw the signal from the official, but my mistake.
Nice tip there by Russell. There's a short set to Carrie Reed.
And a violation.
Russell was in the net.
But again, a good idea with that with Carrie Reed in the front line. That short set really works hard to defend against.
Sofa will come into the lineup for Tammy McNair.
Along with Prevost.
Prevost comes in for Laura Wren to play the front row. We'll probably bring Sofa out of the back row to set, I would think, here. O'Malley on the attack.
And we have a violation.
Oh, they're saying side out. They're saying, well, wait a minute. No, they're saying that they're saying side out here because Sarah Schultz was in the net. Lapish is going to come in for Reed, and Smith will come in the lineup for Hoxie.
And again, Coach Davey trying to use his full bench. Might talk about the substitution rule just briefly, Tom. They can enter the game.
They can come in a maximum of 3 times, and when they do come in, they have to come in the same position that they were playing in before. So, say for example, Wallen was to come in for Martin, then Martin would have to come in back into that same position that Wallen was in for. Charlie Lloyd will come in the lineup for Michelle Charles and play the front row with Sarah Schultz serving for the Big Reds.
Big Reds trail by 3. Good block, nice cover by.
Nice try by Prevost. Another side out.
Yeah, they're making some excellent plays, but just can't get that
Yep.
point on the board.
Looks like Wallen in for Martin and Baraboo in for Westbrook. These
Baraboo is a good tennis player and has that good overhand serve, so I'm sure Davey is using, again, you pointed out the roles that each player has, and he's utilizing the skills that they come with.
Another set to Charlie Lloyd. Nice blocking. I should be trying to look a little better here for the blocking here, but nice attack by Wallen.
They had some excellent blocks in that front row with Smith in the front row, along with number 12, Melissa Russell.
That's a nice block and a serve by Jenny Prevost.
Difficult play for 13 and number 3, Libby Wallen, and number 14, Kim Smith. The ball right between them.
Prevost is
Experience comes with that, too. You got 2 freshmen in there.
Good leaper.
Right.
Valdez comes in for Cameron. The serve. Again, if you're a Big Red fan, you need to get some points on the boards here real quick. Looked like that was on the line. Yep.
It was in their first point, and see what kind of turnaround that has. That was close. Tough decision in the back row by number 16, Kelly Baraboo, to either play it or let it go.
Another good serve by Valdez. That'll be another point for the Big Reds. Need to get a little bit of confidence in themselves. Again, you see what's happening with Northern here in the last couple plays. They're not getting the ball to the setter. And again, that throws your rhythm off. Here's another one, a case of a bad pass. I'm going to set for Lars Lear here. Looks like,
No violation, but a good
like
block.
Martin was in the net. Is that Martin? No, that's O'Malley. Again, nice height though for O'Malley, getting up there to block the ball.
Big Reds behind by 1 now.
Again, the Huskies are a little bit out of rhythm right now. Set here to Prevost by Sofa.
Play to get it in the back, move that back line's creeping up for the Huskies. I'm sure they'd want to get that back, make them set that back.
That'll be a side out.
Schultz trying to do a little officiating, help referee out. It didn't quite work. So we have a side out. The Huskies lead by 1, 4-3. Second game of this match.
Jakubowski comes in for Russell. Reed wanted to come into the lineup, but the officials like to have both. If you have 2 or 1, 2, or even 3 people coming into the game, they like to have them all there at one time, and the official wouldn't let Kerry Reed come into the game at this time.
Good communication problem. Big Reds, point for the Huskies. That's a good point too. You know, that substitution, you can sort of delay that and delay the game. So they're going to substitute. They should be up there ready to enter the game properly.
That's not a bad play by Lisa Larzier. I was going to mention that earlier. Northern has been doing such a nice job at blocking that I was waiting to see if Port Huron High would start tipping the ball over the blockers, and there was a case where Lisa tried to do that.
Just try to upset their timing a little bit because they were timing their block, assuming it's going to be a hard hit. It was a good play. Well, again, that comes with experience. Lars Lear being a senior, and it does help. Trying to pick those little things up that are going to give them the
There's a
chance.
nice block by Chuck Lloyd and Tommy McNair.
Two teamed that time. and didn't give much to shoot at.
Got another tennis player here. I believe in all
Rin.
Blue Water area, Rin, with a consistent serve. You have a 5-5 ball game here. Looks like they're playing a little bit looser. I mean, what do they have to lose, right? They kind of got crushed in the first game. If they play a little more relaxed here, and they're going to show what type of volleyball team
2
they
out
are.
of 3. It still takes 2 out of 3, Tom. You're right.
I knew I would jinx
Side out.
Laura, right?
Always seems to be the case, doesn't it?
Carrie
And now
Reed.
the substitute Reed
Yeah,
back in along with Hoxie.
Lapish will come out of the lineup as well as Smith.
You know, the thing I notice about volleyball, these kids that are playing really seem to have a good respect for each other. You know, they're in and out of the ball game. They encourage each other when they leave and do the same thing when they enter. And it's a team game. You know, you really have to have that feeling.
Wallen with a little change of pace attack. Hillary Hoxie's now serving. She had 4 service points in game 1.
Found the center of the court open. It looked like the players are cheating a little bit that time to get closer to the net. She found the open spot. One of the reasons the referee has that hand on the net, that ball just ripped the cord for its service violation, side out.
Michelle Charles will come in and serve for Chuck Lloyd. Yeah, sometimes you don't even see the ball hit that net, and Nate, that's why you can see the official up top has her hand on the net.
Exactly. Nice short set. That's the hit.
Yeah, they've got to block that. They've got to see Carrie Reed coming and be able to block that.
Now that's the first really short set that we've seen tonight. Hit that hard.
Martin and Westbrook will check into the lineup. Baraboo comes out. Going to have Martin serving. Again, she, in the total of both games, has 8 service points right now. A little long.
Just long by the.
Jody Cameron will come in for Valdez. Lisa Larzalier will serve.
We're just seeing just a real substitution here, trying to find the right combination, also using the skills. So both coaches, again, getting everybody in the ball game and getting the role players in. There's another short serve, a little too short that time.
You know, we really haven't said enough about Jakubowski. She's done an outstanding. You talk about all the great hitters that Port Huron Northern has. You know, in order to be a good hitter, you've got to have that person with the sets, and Jakubowski's doing an outstanding job.
Well, there's no question. And last year, as I recall, Coach Davey had
his daughter.
His daughter, who was an excellent setter.
She was a machine.
She just had real soft hands and could almost place that ball.
Was that Joy or was that Lisa? I think that was both
Lisa.
of the sisters.
Yep.
They're both
They
sisters,
both
and they
played.
both set for Ron, and they did a great job. Sarah Schultz on a
Nice.
nice attack. Looks
Good
like
play.
Reed was in the net.
Martin was there to receive that, made an excellent play.
Sofa and Prevost will come in for Rin and McNair.
You almost have to be a CPA to be the umpire in this game.
I'll
Make
tell
sure
you.
that the numbers are in the right position on his card, because in effect that affects the serving rotation. So he doesn't keep good track of that. That could happen, and of course, we get into some points that may be scored that may have to be taken away, etc. So sometimes, officiating looks in volleyball like it might be easy, but it really is not. Not if they're attending to all the duties they've got.
That was a nice set by Russell. A nice dig by Larzalier. Russell again to Carrie Reed.
It's the elevation that she gets on that, Tom, is very, very good.
Is she? I don't know. Is she a basketball player?
No, she's
I don't-
not played
I
basketball.
bet you she must play AAU. I know a lot of Ron's players play AAU, and again, it's almost like getting a 3-month jump on other teams that don't do that.
But Carrie's been a volleyball player since she was a freshman. And,
She's a great one. I would be very surprised if Eddie Peltz wasn't trying to recruit some of these girls. I'll tell you, they have got great height.
not only that, good athletic ability.
Oh
and-
yeah,
and,
absolutely. good team leadership. You know, they might not even have to be a starter on a basketball team, but just their leadership alone and their presence really means a lot.
Well, this game, along with basketball, peripheral vision is so important, and they have that also. Just missed a corner. Big Reds lead by 2. Score is 8-6. Big Reds in the lead, the second game of this match.
Again, we talked about Jakubowski doing a nice job setting. We should also note that Russell has done a fantastic job for the Huskies.
O'Malley using a change of pace there too. A good coverage by the PH in that last series.
Prevost with a pseudo attack. Nice pass by Lars Lear to Sofa, now to Chuck Lloyd.
Good rally and nice block. Double teamed that. Have a side out and a substitution.
Baraboo, Brown, and Reed. Again, they're all coming in for the same position that they came out of. Westbrook will come out of the lineup, as well as Lapish and Martin. We'll have Baraboo serving. Scores Port Huron High 8, Northern 6.
First time that the Huskies have been behind in this match, and Big Red's playing with more emotion and really have timeout. There's an extra ball on the court.
Can only play with one at one time, right?
Yep.
Have some youngsters up here honing their skills for the future, huh?
Well, hey, that's always good, though, but not during a match. Well, Jody turned to face the net, probably just gave him an opportunity to return the ball. Probably the choice might have been to play that ball just a little bit deeper if you can't have a good kill.
Nice play by Jody Cameron. Another set to Prevost.
Nice coverage by Martin.
That's looked like a lift there. We'll have a side out.
That's really a tough call, but anytime that ball sort of rests in your hands, they're going to call it as a lift.
You know, if there is a weakness, and I don't mean this in a derogatory manner, but if there is a weakness, probably in Carrie Reed's overall game, it probably is her back row play. In the years that I've seen her play, very seldom have I seen her in the back row, and it might be a case here where he's just trying to, again, work on some of her skills and bring her level up even better than it is, which is hard to believe it can happen.
Well, there's no question, too, as you move further into the state tournaments, should they, advance, you need to have those players on the court. You're usually your best athletes on the court most of the time, but the other side of that, Don, is having the opportunity to substitute, get the experience and playing time, for these players makes them all that much better.
Attack there by Brown. There's a block it out though. Nice attack there by Brown.
But a nice high set again. You point out Jenny Jakubowski, having that ability, put the ball where it could be easily hit. Tie score, second game of the match, 8-8.
Jenny Prevost on an attack. Nice set again by Jakubowski. They're out of position, but you can see their athleticism.
Yep.
There's a nice block by Charlie Lloyd, but not quite enough.
Just enough of that block so the ball fell in an open spot on the court. But you're right. The hustle that's there and being able to change direction and so on. But again, that's one of the things that they do during the whole season and the various drills that they do, being able to move from one side to the other, forward and back, the shuffle, the side slides, those kinds of, rather than just hit the volleyball, they work on that.
Yeah, and a block again serves as a twofold purpose. Hopefully an ideal block, you can block the ball and put it back on the other side, but again, if you can at least get a piece of the ball when a person like Reed or Smith is hitting the ball that hard, it can slow it up so that the person in the back row can get in position to at least dig it up off the floor.
Well, that's a good point because you have 3 opportunities to get the ball over the net. Again, the change of pace at Jacques Larceleur. Moving them back, throwing their timing off just a little bit.
She should be trying to tip that a little deeper and not quite as high so they can't react to it as quickly. But again, it's a little change of pace that's making a difference. McNair will come into the lineup as well as Rin. Rin will probably be serving for the Big Reds. They trail 8-9, game 2.
Much better in terms of Coach Falk's outlook, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Let's go this close.
I would say absolutely.
Nice back set. Found the open side. Good court awareness that time by Smith.
Oxy will come into the lineup. Again, she's done a nice job serving here.
Huskies lead by 1.
Now it gets to the point, Larry, I just listened to the officials say it's her 3rd time in. Now what gets crucial when you've had that many side outs and you can only go in 3 times, you have to make a decision. Nice attack by Tammy McNair.
Excellent.
You have to make a decision now when, I'm trying to think who just came in. I think it was O'Malley. If you want to leave her in to play all the way around, because she cannot come back into the ball game. So again, it's a situation where you have a lot of side outs. Then it comes into a little tactical movements as far as the coach as who they're going to put in, or are they going to leave them play all the way around. Say, for example, you had a player that only played the back row. Well, do you want to take the chance and bring her in the front row who she's not used to attacking and things like that? So again, that's where strategy comes into the game a little bit.
That's a good point. The other thing is, the first game where you did have a score that was not too close, they could do that, get that subs to rotate them through. But you get into a close match like this, that does change the strategy. A good point.
That's what the officials are doing here. They're checking the card to see make sure they come in the right position. And now if it's a situation where they've been in 3 times, he'll go to Coach Davey and say that that's her 3rd time in, which he's doing right now.
That's a point I made earlier. In keeping that, you almost have to see a CPA. Or I wouldn't be surprised to see a computer come into this thing. What do you think? High tech, right?
There's attack by. Don't want to set her up.
Charles reached out and made an attempt at it, and then almost wanted to change her mind. 10-8, Huskies lead by 2. It's good to see McNair really make a good attempt at that ball because they're going to do it. They should hit it hard.
Again, she's only a junior. She's getting more confidence, and she's going to be a player that as she gets the confidence and works at her skill level as an attacker, she's going to be a very good one next year. She's a very tall girl. She's probably one of the tallest, and she's got quite a reach and quite a jump on her.
Side out, Martin into the net. Substitution. Cameron coming back in, replacing Valdez. Should be getting close for a couple of these players not being able to re-enter. In fact,
that'll be the 3rd time for
Cameron.
I think Cameron. Yep. Now Cameron's a player that probably can play all the way around. There's another short set. There's a case where again they at least got a piece of it. Probably has some sore hands right now too.
Reed attacks the ball. You know that you better be ready to block.
Either block or protect yourself. Right?
Good point.
You'll have Takahara written on your forehead. That's 2 hits.
That's 2 hits, but again, on that block attempt, she could have hit it.
Right, she could have blocked and then re-hit it over.
one more attempt.
A lot of people think that that's a double hit, but it isn't. A block isn't considered a hit.
That's a good defensive move on that, but excellent idea.
That's a good play by Ann Rowley. In a game like this, you don't want to let the ball hit the line. If it's close, play it.
Well, certainly, they want to stay in the game because they do have a little momentum. She wants to stop that and really Big Reds trail by 4, and they're not out of this ball game. So
not at all. Sofa will come in now for McNair. That might be the 3rd time here too. And it is.
Suffolk can stay in this ball game now. She can move all the way. She plays defense now. She can play that back row.
Yeah, what you'll see her do is come out of the back row to set, but there's another, little timing off.
Yeah, it looked like Reed changed her mind in the middle of the attempt. Looked like she was going to go cross court and thought she might go down the line on that one instead. But
the timing on that short set is so important, so important. It's a nice serve by Sofa. There's a nice attack by
a little deception there. That play they used before with the Brenda O'Malley coming down side and hit one down the sideline very well. Found the back corner.
Again, O'Malley's only a sophomore.
And a side out. Huskies serving. They lead by 3, 12-9, second game of this match.
It's a little long.
And a side out. Big Red serving. And again, Lloyd entering the lineup.
Now see, here's a case where if it's, I'm sure it is, it's, again, don't want to kick a dead dog here, but Charlie Lloyd is really primarily only a front row player. It's her third time in, and Coach Falk is going to have to determine what she wants to do when Lloyd rotates to the back, because her weakness in her game, again, is the back row playing.
And again, just being a sophomore, also the experience that she's getting is really going to help her, and I'm sure Coach Falk is going to do some things to strengthen her all-around game. But again, coming in with just a sophomore, some of those things, that's where the experience comes in. So
Wallen will come into the lineup and play the front row. She came in for Martin.
A lot of substitutions in this match.
Martin's had a very good game. 2 games here tonight. Sofa to Lloyd. Nice recovery. Volleyball's got to be one of the games that the transition from offense to defense can be so fast. I mean, it can be a matter of probably hundredths of a second.
Especially when you get that block at the net and the ball comes on, you have to replay it. Well, we've seen some good attempts here and some good efforts. And I'll tell you, when you see these two teams play, there's certainly everything that they own is into this match.
Absolutely, and this game right here is a type of game that typifies an actual Port Huron High, Port Huron Northern game. The first game was obviously just a flat-out blowout. You can't put it any other way, and this is more like an intercity rivalry. The leads changed quite a few times back and forth. And say if the Big Reds were to lose this match here today, at least they can look at the scoreboard and realize they can play with Northern. And again, it's a situation where going into the district or state tournament, they can go into that with some kind of confidence.
Not only that, added to that too, of course, is just the value of high school athletics. I don't want to be philosophical at this point, but just the opportunity to see these gals out here playing tough and putting everything into it. The sportsmanship that you've seen exhibited here, it's just an excellent opportunity. And having Channel 6 bring this into the homes where people may not see it is one of the pluses. And these kids really work hard at it.
There's a nice attack by Smith. Another attack by Smith, saved by Schultz. It's going to be the match.
Huskies are successful in the second game of this match, and they win the match 2-0. Tom, just a brief wrap up.
Well, this was a good match between the two schools. Obviously, as I said, game 1 wasn't very good, but game 2, the Big Reds came back and showed that they are capable of playing volleyball with the Huskies. Again, Coach Davies done an outstanding job this year. At least a second place finish, going to be very strong in the state tournament. And I think that you're going to see PH also play well in the tournament because the second game was fairly close and they've gained a little bit of confidence.
There's no question, that volleyball is an exciting sport, and certainly for people who've not come out and seen one in person, they certainly ought to do this. The other thing that I just might want to comment just very briefly on is that district tournament here. We may not be on the air in time for people to know that, but check papers and see if you can get out and support these kids. They work real hard. Tom, I want to thank you, and this is Larry Mans for Tom Rodenbaugh Good evening.